In a secluded, forgotten corner of Eastern Europe, where dense forests embraced the quaint village of Stelberg, an ancient legend lurked. It was a tale whispered in hushed voices, shared among the villagers during the darkest of nights, a story of horror and despair, the tale of the demonic vampire. The village of Stelberg was nestled in a valley, far from the bustling cities. Time seemed to stand still there, and superstitions held sway over the hearts and minds of the villagers. They lived in fear of the forests that bordered their village, for it was in those dense woods that the sinister legend of the demonic vampire was said to have its origins. Generations ago, the story began, in a time when the village was smaller and the superstitions more profound. The villagers spoke of a nobleman named Lord Straven. He was a man of immense wealth and charisma, known throughout the land for his lavish parties and charming personality. His manor, situated deep in the forest, was the stuff of legends, rumored to be a place of hedonistic delights and forbidden secrets. As the legend goes, Lord Straven's lust for power and immortality led him down a dark path. It was said that he made a sinister pact with a demon, trading his soul for eternal life. In return, he was cursed with insatiable thirst, for not wine or food, but for the crimson elixir of life, the blood of the living. Lord Straven became a vampire, but not like any other vampire. He was a creature with a demonic essence, cursed to wander the earth for eternity. The villagers whispered that Lord Straven's manor was a place of horror, where he lured unsuspecting travelers and villagers, draining them of their life force in cruel and torturous ways. They claimed he could transform into a monstrous, bat-like creature and roam the night, preying upon the innocent. With every year that passed, the village of Stelberg grew more desolate as the villagers moved away in fear. Those who remained dared not speak his name, for they believed it would summon the evil Lord Straven. They shrouded their homes with garlic and placed crosses on their doors, hoping to keep the demonic vampire at bay. The legend of the demonic vampire had persisted for centuries, passed down through the generations like a dark heirloom. It remained a macabre source of fascination for those who dared to explore the secrets of Stelberg, and a chilling reminder of the village's past. The legend of the demonic vampire had persisted for centuries, passed down through the generations like a dark heirloom. It remained a macabre source of fascination for those who dared to explore the secrets of Stelberg, and a chilling reminder of the village's past. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the village was cloaked in shadows, a group of daring outsiders arrived in Stelberg. Drawn by the legends and the allure of the unknown, they sought to unravel the truth of the demonic vampire. Their leader, a fearless journalist named Amelia, was determined to document the legend and expose its reality. She was joined by her intrepid team, including a historian and a skeptic who believed that the legend was nothing more than an elaborate hoax. The villagers were hesitant to share their tales, fearing the wrath of Lord Straven, but Amelia's determination was unwavering. She listened to their stories, collecting the fragmented pieces of the legend like a puzzle. With each chilling account, it became apparent that there was more to Lord Straven's story than they had ever imagined. Amelia and her team journeyed into the forest toward the ruins of Lord Straven's manor. The air grew heavy and ominous as they ventured deeper into the woods. The trees seemed to close in around them, casting eerie, elongated shadows that danced in the moonlight. Finally, they arrived at the overgrown, decaying mansion, a place that sent shivers down their spines. Its grandeur was now reduced to crumbling walls and broken windows. As they explored the dark corridors and hidden chambers, they discovered traces of Lord Straven's existence. In one room, they found an old journal that spoke of his torment, his insatiable hunger for blood, and the agony of his eternal existence. The entries were filled with madness, despair, and longing for release. Amelia's skepticism wavered as she realized the depth of Lord Straven's suffering. Perhaps he was not just a monster, but a cursed soul trapped in a cycle of eternal darkness. As the night deepened and the moon reached its zenith, a chilling silence descended upon the manor. The team knew that they had to leave, but the moment they turned to go, they heard a haunting, melodic whisper, a voice from the shadows. Amelia turned slowly, her heart pounding, to see a figure emerging from the darkness. It was Lord Straven, or what remained of him, a creature with ashen skin, crimson eyes, and fangs that glistened like polished ebony. He spoke of his torment and his desire to be freed from the curse. He extended a hand toward Amelia, begging for her assistance. The historian and the skeptic recoiled in terror, but Amelia, guided by a mixture of sympathy and curiosity, took a step closer. With a sense of dread and anticipation, she reached out to touch the vampire's outstretched hand. At that moment, the forest around them seemed to come alive with the sound of whispering leaves, and a chilling wind swept through the manor. Lord Straven's form began to dissolve, and he was consumed by a blinding light. Amelia blinked in astonishment as the manor around her crumbled into dust, and the forest reclaimed the land. The legend of the demonic vampire was no more, its curse finally lifted. As the villagers of Stelberg learned of what had transpired, they were freed from their centuries-old fear. Amelia and her team left the village forever changed by their encounter with the supernatural, and the demonic vampire story became a legend told not with fear, but with reverence for a tortured soul now at rest.